You open your eyes, the alarm rings, and before you even sit up, you already feel it. That dull heaviness in your body, the fog that sits behind your eyes, the quiet resistance that whispers. Just 5 more minutes. You slept for 7, maybe 8 hours. You did everything right, but somehow you still wake up tired. It's one of the most common complaints in the modern world, and yet most people never understand why. They think it's normal, something to live with. But waking up exhausted isn't normal. It's communication. Your body is telling you something important, and it's been whispering for years. The truth is, tired mornings aren't caused by a single problem. They're the final symptom of something deeper, a broken rhythm. The human body runs on cycles, light and dark, wake and rest, tension and release. When those cycles are disrupted, energy becomes unpredictable. You can sleep for hours and still not recover, because sleep isn't just about time. It's about quality, and quality is shaped by balance. Most people focus on the number of hours they sleep, but not on what happens during those hours. Inside your body, every night is a complex performance. Your heart rate drops, your brain detoxifies, your hormones reset, your muscles rebuild. For that to happen smoothly, you need 3 things: proper circadian rhythm, clean recovery chemistry, and deep rest cycles. When even one of these breaks, the whole system stumbles. And that's where the hidden reason for morning fatigue begins. The first culprit is hormonal mistiming. Your energy cycle is controlled by 2 major hormones, cortisol and melatonin. Cortisol wakes you up. Melatonin puts you to sleep. They're supposed to move in opposite waves. Melatonin rises as night falls. Cortisol rises as dawn breaks. But in most people today, both are confused. Blue light from screens, late night, stress and irregular meals trick your body into thinking it's still daytime. Melatonin stays low, so you don't reach deep sleep. Cortisol stays high, so your brain never fully turns off. You sleep, but it's shallow, a kind of half-conscious rest where your body lies still, but your mind never stops working. That's why you wake up feeling like you ran a marathon in your dreams. The second hidden factor is fragmented sleep architecture. Real rest isn't one long stretch of unconsciousness. It's a rhythm of stages: light, deep, and REM. Each stage repairs a different part of you. Deep sleep rebuilds muscles and hormones. REM sleep processes memory and emotion. But caffeine, alcohol, and screen exposure push those stages out of sync. You might get hours of light sleep, but almost none of the deep kind. Your watch says you rested, but your nervous system disagrees. Over time, this leads to chronic fatigue, even when you think you're sleeping enough. Then comes oxygen flow, the quiet key to restoration. Most people breathe shallowly, even at night. Add in tight posture, stress, or a congested airway, and oxygen levels drop. Your body senses this and stays partially alert to keep you safe. It's a primitive reflex. The result? You wake up tired because your body never let go. This is especially common in people who grind their teeth or snore. Their nervous system spends all night fighting for air. Another hidden reason is blood sugar instability. When you eat late at night, especially something sugary or heavy, your insulin spikes while you're trying to sleep. Blood sugar crashes in the middle of the night, your cortisol rises to correct it, and suddenly your deep sleep is interrupted. You might not even wake up fully, but your body does. It floods with stress hormones, your heart rate jumps, and by morning, you feel drained. What you ate 12 hours ago determines how you wake up today. There's also mental residue, the thoughts you carry into bed. Your brain doesn't distinguish between physical and psychological stress. To your nervous system, they're the same. If you go to bed with worry, unfinished work, or constant noise, your body stays on guard. Even if you fall asleep, you don't let go. That's why people who practice a short evening routine, journaling, reading, or quiet breathing, wake up sharper. It's not the habit itself. It's the signal it sends. The day is over. But perhaps the most overlooked reason for waking tired is misalignment with light. Your entire biology, hormone release, digestion, heart rate, temperature, is synchronized by light. When you stare at bright screens at midnight and then wake up in a dark room at 8 a.m., your body clock gets scrambled. Melatonin peaks. At the wrong time, cortisol rises too late, and your system feels jet-lagged even without travel. Studies show that just 10 minutes of morning sunlight can restore natural cortisol rhythm within a week. It's one of the simplest and most powerful fixes for morning fatigue. So what's the real hidden reason? It's not coffee, not sleep deprivation, not even stress. It's disconnection. Disconnection from natural rhythm, from breath, from stillness. You're doing all the right things, working, eating, sleeping, but out of sync. And the body, being obedient, follows the signals you give it. It keeps you alert when you should rest, and sluggish when you should rise. The solution isn't more effort, it's alignment. That starts with awareness. Begin noticing how you end your days. What time do you stop looking at screens? When do you eat your last meal? How often do you breathe deeply before sleep? These small observations reveal patterns, and once you see the patterns, you can change them. Because energy isn't something you chase, it's something you allow. In the next part, we'll go deeper into how to reset this rhythm, how to repair the invisible cycles that determine whether you wake up restored or restless. Because once you understand the real reason behind tired mornings, you can turn sleep from a struggle into your most powerful tool for energy. Fixing tired mornings isn't about sleeping longer. It's about teaching your body to rest deeply and wake naturally. The process begins long before you close your eyes. The first thing to understand is that energy in the morning is a reflection of the previous 24 hours, not just the night before, but how you lived, ate, breathed, and thought throughout the day. The cycle of fatigue begins in daylight, and so does recovery. If you want to wake with strength, you must start by resetting your rhythm from sunrise onward. The most powerful way to do this is with light. Morning light is the single most potent natural cue your brain has. When sunlight hits your eyes within the first half hour after waking, it triggers the release of cortisol in a healthy wave. That spike doesn't make you anxious. It sets your internal clock. 12 to 14 hours later, that same rhythm signals your pineal gland to release melatonin. In other words, how you wake determines how you'll sleep. Skip the morning light, and your body never gets the message that the day has begun. It drifts, confused, through blurred hormonal signals. So each morning, step outside, even for 5 minutes. No sunglasses, no screens, just light. Feel it on your skin, breathe, and let it tell your cells that life has started again. The second step is movement, but not in the way most people imagine. You don't need an intense workout first thing in the morning. You need circulation, gentle motion that wakes the body without shocking it. Stretch, walk, breathe deeply. This light movement sends oxygen through your blood and raises body temperature, both of which signal your circadian system that the day is active. When you move early, you fall asleep easier later. Physical rhythm creates hormonal rhythm. It's a silent conversation between your muscles and your brain. We are awake, we are safe, we can rest when night comes. Throughout the day, your energy depends on stability, not spikes. The reason most people crash in the afternoon is because they run on stimulants and sugar. Coffee floods the system with cortisol and adrenaline, then leaves it empty. The fix isn't quitting coffee entirely, but using it wisely. Drink it only after breakfast, never on an empty stomach, and never after 2 in the afternoon. That small discipline keeps your cortisol rhythm intact. The rest of the day, rely on food, not stimulants. Eat balanced meals of protein, fiber, and fat to stabilize insulin. When blood sugar stays steady, your body doesn't panic, and your brain stays clear. That stability carries into the night, allowing your hormones to shift calmly toward rest. Evening is where the real reset happens. The modern world destroyed the natural sunset. We replaced darkness with endless light, but your body still expects dusk. When the sun goes down, dim your environment, lower lamps, switch screens to warm tones, slow your pace. These small gestures tell your nervous system that the day is ending. Blue light suppresses melatonin by tricking the brain into thinking it's noon. Darkness, on the other hand, opens the door to recovery. Within 30 minutes of dimming lights, melatonin rises, blood pressure drops, and body temperature falls. All the signals of approaching rest. Respect that process, and the fatigue that haunted your mornings begins to fade. What you do in the final hour before sleep determines how your body spends the night. Most people fill it with stimulation, scrolling, replying, watching. Their minds stay busy long after their eyes close. To reverse this, create a ritual that has nothing to do with screens. Read something slow, stretch gently, or breathe deeply. It doesn't matter what the ritual is, only that it repeats. Repetition builds association, and the body learns that when you do this, it's time to shut down. That's how children fall asleep easily. Rhythm and cues. Adults need them too. When you finally lie down, pay attention to breathing. The breath is the bridge between wakefulness and rest. A restless mind can't make the body sleep, but a calm body can quiet the mind. Try slow nasal breathing. In for 4 seconds. Hold for 1, out for 6. It's not meditation, it's physiology. The exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering heart rate and blood pressure. Within minutes, your body moves into the first stage of deep sleep on its own. Practicing this every night teaches your brain that safety and stillness belong together. Temperature also plays a role. Your body sleeps best when it cools slightly. Keep your room cool, around 18 degrees Celsius if you can, and avoid heavy blankets that trap heat. A brief, cool shower before bed lowers core temperature faster and improves sleep depth. When your body cools at night and warms naturally in the morning, your hormonal rhythm resets perfectly. That's why people who sleep in cooler rooms often wake up fresher. Their bodies complete the full cycle. Over the next few weeks, these simple habits begin to retrain your nervous system. You'll notice first that falling asleep becomes easier. Then the fog starts lifting from your mornings. You'll wake before the alarm, calm but alert. That's not coincidence. It's your circadian rhythm reestablishing its pattern. Each day of consistency makes the signal stronger. The body loves predictability. It rewards it with stability. One of the most underestimated pieces of this puzzle is mental rest. Energy isn't just physical, it's emotional. The more unresolved thoughts you carry to bed, the more your nervous system stays active through the night. Before sleep, write down 3 things that went well, and 1 thing you'll handle tomorrow. This simple act clears the mental queue. You don't need to solve everything. You just need to tell your brain it can stop now. Your subconscious will process the rest while you sleep. That's how you wake up lighter. Not just rested, but unburdened. Nutrition supports this whole cycle, too. Minerals like magnesium, zinc, and potassium regulate muscle relaxation and nerve function. Foods rich in them, bananas, avocados, leafy greens, nuts, calm the body naturally. Avoid heavy late meals. Digestion steals blood flow from your brain and keeps your body alert. If you're hungry before bed, a small protein-based snack is enough. Your goal isn't fullness. It's calm chemistry. Over time, these daily practices merge into one effortless pattern. Morning light, steady meals, calm evenings, slow breathing, cool sleep, they all connect. Your hormones synchronize, your nervous system quiets, and you rediscover what real rest feels like. Energy stops being something you chase. It becomes something that arrives quietly, every morning without effort. But perhaps the deepest reason these methods work is because they restore trust between you and your body. Fatigue isn't failure, it's feedback. When you respond to that feedback with care instead of force, the body listens. It adapts, recalibrates, and repairs. The process takes time, but every good night rewires you a little more toward balance. A month from now, if you stay consistent, mornings will feel different. You'll wake up with a calm heart and a clear head. The heaviness that once sat on your chest will be gone. You'll stretch, breathe, and realize that the same hours of sleep now give you twice as much energy. That's not magic. It's biology cooperating with rhythm again. And when you open your eyes and feel ready instead of weary, you'll understand something profound. Rest was never the absence of movement. It was the presence of alignment. You weren't tired because you lacked time. You were tired because you lost rhythm. Now you've found it again. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, don't hit snooze. Open the curtains. Let the light in. Breathe deeply and stand tall. Feel your body waking on its own terms. That's not motivation. That's chemistry working the way it was always meant to. And in that moment, you'll realize that energy isn't something you create. It's something you remember.